Hi everyone, welcome back to Leanademy's YouTube channel. Hi, I'm Lauren Heisey. I am the head Master Black Belt trainer and owner of Leanademy. I'm excited to be here to share another video with you guys on how to form an effective Lean Six Sigma project team. This is something that a lot of my students struggle with. It doesn't matter if you're a yellow belt, green belt, or black belt in training. This is just something that sometimes they struggle, especially when they're starting out with their yellow belt and green belt. If you'd like to learn more how to form an effective Lean Six Sigma project team, please stay tuned to the end where I'll have a QR code that you can use to link up to our Leanademy training sites. I do want to say also that our training for 2026, at least for the first half of 2026, is out. So I'm excited to share that. If you want to go in more in depth in any of these opportunities that I'm sharing here on YouTube, please think about taking one of our trainings. We will also have some webinars that are coming about, and we also do offer a free white belt live once a quarter, and we have one coming up in November. All right, I'm pretty excited. Let's jump on in how to form an effective project team. All right, so now we're going to introduce what a Lean Six Sigma project team is, the importance of basically the team collaboration. Remember, Lean Six Sigma is not a solo sport, it is a project sport. So what we do is we use Lean Six Sigma to rely on the collaboration, shared responsibility among our team members. And then we also use that DMAIC problem-solving roadmap to help us as we go through the project, but more importantly, during the defined phase is when we form that project team. And also we figure out what are those project outcomes are. So when we also looking at problem solving, so we need a well-rounded team for that. And then while we have people as part of our project team, we are looking at creating a culture of continuous improvement. Core team members that are supporting that support these project teams. First one is we will have core project team roles, right? There will be a project lead and subject matter experts driving the project from the define phase all the way to the control phase. We also will have supporting team members, right? We have those people that are like our sponsors or stakeholders or specialists that may not be part of the day-to-day or part of the core project team meetings or doing the improvements, but the core team members will rely on the supporting team members to help them as they go through the DMAIC roadmap. A project coach guidance is usually a project coach that aids that team. That's usually depending on your belt. If it's a green belt, it could be a black belt or a senior black belt or a master black belt. Black belt, it's usually a senior black belt or a master black belt. Here at Leanademy, we do provide one-on-one coaching for all of our yellow belt, green belt, and black belt students as they go through their projects. We also, if you want to work in a more cohort fashion, we do that as well. Project lead and core team duties. So what do you do if you're part of a project team? So basically the project team leads, usually the project lead is somebody that's usually some type of Lean Six Sigma belt, right? So that could be either your yellow belt, green belt, or black belt. What they do is they coordinate the project, refine the plans, maintain schedules, and ensure the stakeholder communication. They also make sure that if there are meetings or anything that needs to be done, they will do in addition to analysis. The core team role, those are going to be our SMEs, right? The core team, where they contribute their expertise into the project and how to improve the processes that you're looking at. Usually it takes about 10 to 20% of the time, and they do support in data analysis and assignments. There is active commitment, right, from all team members to drive that project momentum and successful change in that implementation. A lot of our team members would also act as our change agents because they are the SMEs, they're the ones that are doing those processes day in and day out. So what are characteristics of effective and problematic teams? And there are characteristics of both. Traits of a high-performing team usually starts with strong leadership support. So before you even start a project, you need to make sure you have the backing of your senior leadership. and make sure your project champion is 100% on board. This is basically going to set the foundation of the project. And that's, you got to make sure they have the alignment, and they also know that they're going to need help to find resources that need to come into this project, so that'll be your SMEs. We do have clear customer focus. We understand the needs of the customer, which helps then affect the decision-making process a lot better. They also understand that they use data-driven decisions, right? So we use data to help drive us in the right direction and make sure that we have good project outcomes. And then we also, as a high-forming team, those team members are empowered and collaborative, meaning that they are open and they communicate and they make the decisions together, right? But we also recognize when we have that recognition. So that's basically what I tell people when they're coming into my projects team. One thing we do is check all titles at the door. Everyone's on the same plane. But I also say that the team members need to be empowered to make decisions, so they don't have to go to senior leadership for every time they want to make a change. Signs of a dysfunctional team is basically we have dominating and uncooperative behavior. So we have one member that dominates the discussions while critical stakeholders remain uncooperative, right? So we look at if we have people that aren't talking and we have a couple of people talking, one person talking, this develops an unbalanced structure within the team. We have unclear mission and roles. This is very, very big. When we sit at the define phase and we were putting together that project charter, the project charter helps to determine the mission of the project, but we have clear roles on what each individual person is going to be doing. Once we have the collaboration, we have the trust. That's basically, as you can see, if we don't have cooperative behavior and we don't have a balanced team and we don't have a clear mission, then we have a lot of tense meetings and low trust, which it can happen. Even if your teams are collaborating, you might develop a time where there might be some low trust going on. So we have to make sure that at the beginning that everyone knows what's going on, and we have the support from our project champions and our stakeholders and our leadership. And then also leaders making decisions alone without a team. That's the other big thing. It's not, remember, this is not a solo sport. This is a team sport. So as a project leader, you shouldn't be making decisions by yourself. If you feel like the data is pointing you into a direction, then you bring the team together and you discuss what that is before you make those final decisions. Because you want to make sure we have collaboration, because this helps, collaboration helps with the morale of the team. So basically, some final thoughts for you to think about here is we want to build effective teams, right? Before you even go forward in your Lean Six Sigma projects, you have to have that really good team. It's good to build those foundations. It's like in any defined phase, as you're building out those project charters then help us determine who are going to be our team members. We need to make sure we have clear roles and communication plans. We have continuous assessment, right? So we need to have ongoing evaluation, making sure that the project team is where they need to be and they're providing effectiveness. If for some reason, if a person has obviously they have their day jobs to do and it's becoming too much, maybe you need to meet with that person one-on-one and figure out, do they maybe need to be taken off the team and maybe bring someone else on? It's a balance, right? And of course, here at Leanademy, like I said, we do offer the deepening of Lean Six Sigma expertise in leading projects, because one of the things when you get out of your certification with yellow belt, green belt, or black belt, you too have to lead a project. So as you are going to learn technical skills, you're also going to learn those leadership skills. All right. As always, please, if you really, really love our material, please please push that like button, or that thumbs up button on the video below, and also subscribe to our channel. If you'd like to learn more about our training opportunities, please use the QR code. There will also be a link below. And if you have any questions, either put them in the comments or send me a message or connect with us on our contact form on our website. Thank you so much, and we look forward to bringing you more videos. And also, like I said, at the beginning of our training for 2026, the first half of 2026 is out there, so please go take a look. Thank you.